Hi students, we're on week 8 and we're going to continue talking about how we are going to pay for our continued education, and this week we'll focus on loans. I want you to look at the resources below for additional information and also to see the images that I included. The most important, I guess, would be I want to emphasize that education does pay. I know we don't want to go into debt. I know that we can be frustrated with schooling, but it is a fact that statistically, the more education you get and degrees you receive, the higher your potential salary can be. Obviously, we want to get a job in a degree that is employable, that will give us those financial rewards. So, continue your education is important, although it can be stressful on looking at the ways to pay for your continued education. Go back to your previous weeks. We've already covered things like grants and scholarships. This is the number one way to pay for schooling. It is free money. You do have to fill out applications and apply. We did talk about the FAFSA last week. Again, this is something that you need to fill out and should be filled out by March 1st. And that does help determine all of the additional federal aid, which are things like student loans. So this week, let's talk about loans. Um, Loan is the third preference of paying for college, I guess, additionally to any savings that you have. But loans do have to be repaid. We can categorize these into 4 different types. There is direct subsidized loans. This is a loan by the federal government, the Department of Education, to help pay for your continued education. It is based on your financial needs. It is at a low interest rate. You can pay for these after graduation as long as you are a half-time student. And you will give a grace period of 6 months after you graduate before you have to start paying off this loan. You can borrow anywhere between $5,500 and $1,250 $100 per year. And this is the most ideal student loan. The second would be a direct unsubsidized loan. This is for undergraduate and graduate degree seeking students. So if you want to continue further, you'll go to a direct unsubsidized loan. It is also a low interest rate, but you will have to pay these loans while in school. So you'll have a monthly payment to make as which is not usually ideal while you're going to school, but you can borrow a significantly larger amount because, of course, graduate programs are more expensive, and you can qualify for these as an undergrad as well. It is not based on financial need. The third type is a direct plus loan. That is where your parent can take out money from the federal government to help pay for additional costs. And the last would be to get a private loan. That would be from your own individual bank or credit union. Typically, banks charge a higher interest rate, and you will have to pay those interest monthly payments while you're at school. I would say with loans from A to D, you'll want to look at A as your first option to borrow money, down to D as your least priority of getting a loan. The biggest difference between a federal loan and a private loan is federal loans. There are always in political debates whether there should or shouldn't be loan forgiveness. You'd only qualify for loan forgiveness for a federal loan. You do not get loan forgiveness for a private individual loan. So try to not take out private loans if possible. The other thing is you don't want to take out more in loans than you're able to pay. Only take out money that is needed for your education, not for all the other fun and exciting things you want to do, like spring breaks or having extra cash just to buy new clothes. This is not where you want to get that money. So make sure you only take out what you need. Make sure that you ask questions before you take these loans out. But unless you fill out the FAFSA, you do not even know how much money you will qualify for. But also, you never know when you're going to need money. There could be a financial strain way late into your spring semester. So you can ask to get more money out of the federal loan based on how much you are can sorry that you can actually have been rewarded, but don't you won't have that option unless you filled out the FAFSA in advance. So if you guys have any more questions about loans, let me know. Fill out your weekly feedback to answer some questions if you are following this information correctly. And then also if you have any additional things you need from me. Have a great week.